Teacher. What does this word actually mean? Well, for students like you and me, I'm pretty sure a teacher is just someone who walks into class, teaches for 40 minutes, and then walks out again. Well, teachers are way more than that, and are at the very center of our growth. Not only academically, but as an individual as well. I don't think teaching is a career. I believe teaching is a way of living. But wait, you might be wondering why am I speaking about something that half of the population already knows about. Well, guess what? Today, yet again, Naughty's Writings brings to you a series where I will be talking to different teachers to understand their likes, dislikes, passions, hobbies, or to sum it up, talk to them about their human side. So, allow me to introduce to you the first episode of that series with a teacher who is the epitome of patience and understanding. And without who, this series, well, it would have just been a dream. But wait, why am I describing this teacher to you? Well, let's also listen to what some of my friends have to say about this teacher.
Oh, ma'am, what an amazing teacher. I would like to say she is one of the best teachers that I've ever had. And she is the best teacher I've had to teach me. It's an honor that I've had her for such for this year. It's an honor for me because she is such a good teacher. She teaches at such a good pace and I can understand everything that she teaches. Ma'am has such a special way of making us teach, and we have so many discussions that even when I forget one thing or if I don't understand one thing, ma'am can say few words and make me understand everything.
The ma'am helps us learn skills, including thinking critically and using information and knowledge to solve complex problems. She also creates a positive class environment which helps us embrace our deeper learnings.
Ma'am is a really kind and a friendly teacher. She's strict at times but also loves interacting with her students. She makes a really interesting subject.
So, ma'am, for all our viewers out there, if you don't mind, can you please tell us who all are there in your family?
Yeah, we are a family of three, Rishit. I have my daughter and my husband and myself.
Ma'am, no pets?
No pets. Yeah.
So, ma'am, in your free time, what hobbies do you like to pursue?
Okay. So free time, I love to relax, listen to music, do some cooking, and I'm very fond of gardening. So
Gardening?
Gardening, yes. I have a small garden in my balcony, and I love to spend time with the plants there.
So, ma'am, what do you grow? Like, what kind of plants do you grow?
I have a few bonsais. I have money plants. I have some small shrubs, herbs, some ornamentals. So all botany stuff.
So, all the plant issues we're going to learn, we'll learn in extra detail this time.
Yes, I can show you.
Okay, ma'am. So, one of my friends also wanted to ask you a question. Just give me a moment to pull that up.
Okay, so there's a friend also.
Ma'am, plural.
Okay.
What made teaching your career? What got you into teaching? Or who got you into teaching for that matter?
How sweet. This is Lalit, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, I was always very passionate about teaching. And when I was your age, or I think younger than you all, somewhere around 5th or 6th, we were a very nice group of friends. And we would play each evening. And then all the youngsters, my friends, they would ask, Ritu Didi, will you please explain something we are not understanding this in science or this in Hindi or this in English. And I said, yes, come over, I will explain. So we used to all, sit together and study. And I would teach them certain concepts that they used to find very difficult to understand. Then gradually what happened, many children, they started coming. So it developed into a nice hobby. And then from there onwards, I realized that yes, I'm good at teaching. I can explain something complex in a simple way, and children would love it also. And they were all my friends. So, then we got a small blackboard in the house and an area where I set up my classroom also.
Wow.
And this was when I was in grade 6th or 7th. So it was nice. After every second or third day, they would come. I would even take their test papers, exams, mark them, and we used to have a class set up. And then I started taking tuitions. Then, it became a little formal, and then their parents also started approaching me that, Ritu, you teach them in a formal way, that maybe thrice a week or twice a week. And then we started having tuitions. And then I kept on taking tuitions for a very long time. Even in college time, when I used to go to college, early morning around 6:30, 6 o'clock, 2, 3 children would come. I would teach them, and then I would go up to my college to study. So it became a passion for me. And then I decided that yes, I will take teaching as my profession.
So now, how did you handle like college work, teaching students, exam marks? How do you handle all of that?
See, if you like something, no, if you love something, then you take out time for it. You really enjoy it. It becomes a part of your daily routine. So that is how, like, it's manageable then. Yeah.
So ma'am, in your teaching career, can you share the funniest incident involving a student?
There are many, Rishit, but I would not like to actually tell the funniest. It might offend the child, or. But yes, one incident happened last year. In fact, the batch I was teaching nitrogen cycle, and there we were reading about denitrification. So then the cycle was done. I explained everything to the children, and then I asked one boy, very sweet child, to read. Okay, let's just kind of recap, and we will read. So he was using this word denitrification, and then he completed the whole reading. And then towards the end, he said, "Ma'am, what is denitrification? You've not taught about this denitrification." So I said, "Oh God." And then all the children, in the class, they burst into laughter. They said, "What are you doing? What are you reading? We've done it, and you please pronounce it. It is denitrification. We've done the nitrogen cycle." Then he said, "Oh, so it is denitrification."
So the entire chapter was finished, the entire concept was finished, but he was wondering where are we?
Right, exactly. But then he realized that yes, he was pronouncing it wrong.
No, this kind of thing should happen in our class as well.
Yeah. But then the mood is different there, no? With all the other children, like it becomes funny.
So ma'am, how are you perceived as a student in your student life? Like studious, prankster, nerdy, etc. And why?
Not nerdy or prankster, definitely. I was a studious kind, a quiet child, who would be on my own mostly. I had very good friends and everything, but yes, I was a studious kind. I used to love reading books, spending time in the library, spending time with friends, but definitely not a prankster.
So ma'am, what was that thin line which differentiated you between studious and nerdy?
Thin line, if you asked me, then it was like I was occupied with something or the other. You can take it like that, So, being occupied like that, not like
like all the time studying.
Right, not all the time like a bookworm also, but yes, I would be constructively doing something.
So ma'am, when you teach biology, many students agree with me on this as well. It actually becomes alive when we understand the concepts. So what do you love about biology which makes you teach it so passionately and students understand it well?
That's such a nice thing to know. I'm really glad to know that, Rishit, that children enjoy what I teach. And I love the subject. Biology, that is the study of life. So there's so much life in this subject where we are really kind of connecting it to ourselves, to animals around, to plants, to the environment. There's so much that is, very lively about. So that gives me that kind of motivation, and I want it to be really connected to the real life and explain it in a way to the children that the children really comprehend and enjoy the subject, rather than just preparing it for an exam or learning the difficult terms or just spending too much of time on points and all.